Hello everybody, Gamer here, and welcome to another part of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So here we are in a freezing cold region. The Divine Beast is somewhere up there. It's hard to tell with all this blizzard around. And you might notice that our clothing's a little different. And that's because, since off screen, I not only went after some shrines around the world, but I also upgraded my arsenal. So this time, here's the warm doublet. I will never ever need this anymore. So you probably remember there was also a snow quill tunic that I could have got. Well, now I got it now, and I increased its defense by 1 along with the snow quill trousers. So along with these two and an increase in defense at 15, the war doublet is 100% useless since I can't upgrade it at the fairy fountain. So without further ado, this is going to be the set of cool resistance clothing from this point forward. So now we're going to go talk to Tebba and start fighting against this Divine Beast. Hey Tebba. Okay, it's time to face against Divine Beast Vah Medoh. Normal arrows won't put a dent in those cannons. You'll need to hit them with bomb arrows. These are precious commodities, so don't expect me to do this again, but take these bomb arrows. Okay, now be sure to shoot your tail feathers off so I can... okay, I won't do that. Also, it will be cold up there. You want to prepare a warm meal or bring some warm clothes. I'm ready. Yeah, so whenever you're on this Divine Beast, similar to Vah Rudania, where you needed 2 things of fireproof armor, for Vah Medoh, since you're very high up in the air, you need 2 layers of cool and resistance in order to survive up there. Why are you doing this? Why risk your life to bring down Medoh? To rescue Zelda? To save Rito Village? I can't just watch? I don't know, let's just appear as a nice guy and say Rito Village. Rito Village? It's not like you'll get the keys to the village, you know. Well, that's nice, but no change in your mind once you get up there and see Medoh up close. That's fair enough. Right, get on. Okay, just don't get any funny ideas, dude, okay? You have a wife and probably a kid at home, alright? I'm in love with a Prince Zora, not a bird. Thank you very much. Alright, it's showtime. Man, even I feel like I'm gonna freeze up here. There's Divine Beast Vah Medoh. It has its barrier up again. What a pain. What's wrong, Link? Too scared to talk? Let's go over the plan. You see those cannons? I'll draw their fire. While I'm doing that, use your bomb arrows to destroy the cannons. Got it so far? If you need to withdraw for a bit, just spread your cloth and float straight up in the updraft for a while. I'll take that as a sign we need to regroup. Don't bother aiming for anything covered by Medoh's barrier. It's impenetrable. And whatever you do, don't get close enough to touch it. Well, dude, I'm like way close to you to touch anything. And finally, I know I've said this a few times already, don't forget your cold protection. Alright, let's do this. We can move whenever you're ready. Let's go and do this. Alright, now blow up those cannons.
Go for it. Out of the way.
Okay, so we just pretty much drop at the right time and whenever our cannon's about to fire. Pretty much drop or use our glider whenever at the right timing. And you'll pretty much always dodge it. Okay. And while we're at it, let's just make sure we're using like the weakest bow because I don't want to waste anything. Okay, so using 3 arrows at once, that will definitely be useful for Korok seeds. And yeah, that seems to be the weakest bow right now is this Falcon bow. And plus, I think that's the one that Tebba gave us at the flight range. So yeah, this is a pretty cool fight. You just need to go to either sides of this Divine Beast and pretty much just blow out the cannons. It's probably one of, if not the shortest Divine Beast boss fight. And it's actually pretty cool how you pretty much don't really need to worry about stamina. Like, running out of stamina is almost never a threat. But yeah, Tebba for the most part is going to distract the cannons while we do, well, this. Bye-bye.
That's the way.
Actually, did I destroy that cannon? Yeah, it looks like it did. Okay. 2 more to go. So, Tebba is honestly not really that interesting of a character, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure he has a lot of fans, you know. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who ship him with, like, male characters and such, you know, like Cass and Sidon. But, again, he has a wife, so don't even bother. And the thing is that I think Tebba, as I mentioned before, is like the only one that does not have like a connection to a previous champion. Because yeah, I think every single champion descendant that helps us fight against the Divine Beast is at least a descendant or something, or at least related to the champions of old. Like Sidon is the younger brother to Mipha. Yunobo is a descendant to Daruk. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember names here. And as we'll eventually see with the Gerudo, yeah, the person who we meet as the Gerudo is, of course, a descendant of Urbosa. But I don't think Tebba at all is ever related to Revali, so that honestly just makes him a least interesting character, especially since we never see him out of the flight range until, well, after we defeat the Divine Beast, of course. Like, Tebba is definitely one of the more boring characters, honestly.
That thing is history.
And yet he looks cool. He looks like he will be a cool character and all, but he's just not that interesting. But anyways, Divine Beast time. I think this is the first time that I actually completed this at night. I think I've always completed this in the day. Oh no, it looks like he's got cancer or something. Oh, ouch.
Bad news, Link. It looks like I got hit pretty good back there. I think I need to get back to the flight range.
Flight
I just
range?
hope that I can make it back. You head down to Meadow. Good luck. It's all you.
Alright, thumbs up to your little birdie wings as well, dude. But why go to the flight range? Wouldn't it make logical sense to go home? I mean, yeah, I guess you don't want to scar your kid and wife, but wouldn't your medical expertise be at your village, not the flight range? I mean, yeah, obviously he's going to go back to the flight range because he specifically says he's not going back home until Vah Medoh is either defeated or appeased or whatever. So obviously, we gotta bring a father and husband home by pretty much defeating this Divine Beast because he's selfish as heck. But at least he has a reason, you know, he's doing it to save his people, he's doing it to save his family. Whereas Revali, he's just an arrogant, egotistical brother, essentially, to Link. Alright, Revali, what did you say about not making it up here?
Well now, I've seen that face before.
Yep.
I had a feeling you would show up eventually, but making me wait 100 years is a bit indulgent.
Well, that's what you get for being a jerk.
You're here to wrest control of Meadow away from Ganon, correct?
Yep.
If so, then the first thing you'll want to do is find yourself a map.
Alright, so pretty much just at the nose peak of the bird.
That guidance stone has the information for the layout of this Divine Beast. Can you make it there?
Yeah, I will definitely say that both Daruk and Revali are probably just one of the decent English voice actors for Breath of the Wild. So yeah, here we go. We don't have a map of the Divine Beast yet. Yeah, this is probably one of the more interesting Divine Beasts, mostly because of its simplicity. Like, with the Vah Ruta, you have to control a trunk and such, but with this one is actually a lot more simple when it comes to controls. In fact, interestingly enough, like, actually, I'll show it once I... Oh. Okay, so as you saw there, it just attacked my, shield the Daruk's protection while it's up. So yeah, that's what Daruk's protection does, is that it shields you. Which actually makes the long weapons useful now that I think about it. Yeah, because pretty much when you're using like swords and such, as I mentioned before, this thing will use up over the shield. But if you're using like long weapons, I actually never thought of this before. If you're using long weapons, you technically do have protection without a shield. I never actually thought of that before. So I guess Daruk's protection is a lot more useful than I thought. Sheikah Slate authenticated distilling map of the Divine Birdie. Bloop. Alright, so here we go. We get the Divine Beast Vah Medoh. And yeah, Vah Medoh, again, every single Divine Beast is named after a particular sage of the past. But the thing is that Naboris, Rudania, and Rito are named after sages from Ocarina of Time. But Vah Medoh, on the other hand, is actually named after a sage from Wind Waker, which is Medoh, who is the sage of the Earth Temple. So yeah, it's interesting how this is like the only one that is named after a sage of a different time.
Look closely at your map of the Divine Beast. The terminals that will activate Medoh are marked by those glowing points.
Okay, so again, same formula as Rudania and Rito.
You'll need to activate
Ruda.
all of the terminals to take back control. Think you're up to it?
Well, unless you want to wait 100 years longer, then don't get cocky with me, Revali. Okay, so anyways, let's just play the nice guy because obviously he's on our side. So yeah, so the interesting thing with this particular Divine Beast is pretty much how it controls. So if we go to the controls, we can actually tilt the Divine Beast itself. So yeah, we can tilt it and have these platforms move in a particular direction. We can also have a bigger advantage of one floor being lower than the other. And it's very simplistic, but it's very creative. But yeah, with the previous Divine Beast, we controlled whether or not if it would be at 90 degrees, and of course controlling a trunk. With this, it's pretty much just tilting it. And an interesting fact about this particular Divine Beast is that apparently, if you look at Game Champs, I forget what her name is, but Game Champs playthrough of Breath of the Wild, going through the entire game pauseless, apparently she shows that this is actually the only Divine Beast that is possible to do the entire thing pauseless, because obviously you gotta pause in order to, you know, show the Divine Beast and all. But with Vah Medoh, since it only tilts, this is the only one where it's possible to get a terminal where it, at some point... No! God damn it. Okay. But yeah, apparently this is the only Divine Beast that is possible to complete without ever having to tilt it at some point. Obviously with some glitches and such. Again, watch her playthrough of completing this game pauseless. It's pretty interesting. Come on, shoot that damn thing. Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, there we go, I completed it. At least I didn't have to shoot it on my way down to the bird, so... Okay, come on, Vah Medoh, all the way, big girl. I'm assuming that Vah Medoh is a girl, considering that it's named after a girl. Boom. Okay, Link's legs are probably broken after that, but let's just continue up. But yeah, pretty much the reason why this is possible to complete without ever pausing to change the controls is because every terminal, no matter what, you know, you're always going to be, you know, even left to right. So all terminals, regardless of how slanted they are all possible to get.
There are 4 terminals remaining. Still a ways to go.
You still doubt me, you son of a bitch? Okay, anyways, so I think pretty much the most challenging terminal to get without ever having to pause and tilt is actually this one. But apparently there's an exploit where you can push this thing with something that's metal while using Link's body at the same time. I'm not going to show it off here. I want to be able to show it off as the intended method. Okay, so in order for this to work, you gotta tilt that down, but you also gotta keep this thing in place right here. So we're gonna tilt it this way, and we're gonna keep this in place, so that way it keeps moving. Oh, okay, hold on. No, hold on. I failed. Yeah, I failed. Okay, so you gotta get that with some force. I was supposed to use magnesis, not stasis. Alright, let's try again this time, but this time use magnesis. And just move it in a way so that way the wind is still blowing at it, so hurry up, you little piece of crap. Just slide down and hit the damn button. Bam. There we go. Again, there is a glitch to push that without ever having to do that. So, there we go. So yeah, this terminal is still actually very possible to get without ever pausing, but again, it requires a unintended glitch.
There are 3 terminals remaining. Keep going.
Alright. Cheer me on, Revali. Get your cheerleader outfit on and get all feminine and go, go Lee, cause he's hot. Well, sorry, Revali, I ain't baning you. I'm baning Azora. I'm baning Mipha's brother. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll get rid of the falcon bow that we have equipped. Or, actually, before we get that bow, maybe let's just use this falcon bow to its full use before we completely get rid of it. We'll get this chest later. You know, I want to be able to use the bows to its full use before I decide to just get rid of it for whatever reason. Alright. In this chest we get, please, something useful. Ancient core, that's something useful. Okay, hit this eye. And now we can go down here. Okay, I thought I was going to fall. Okay. Okay, so there's another terminal right here, and thank God this one is actually easy to get. Die. This one is actually thankfully easy to get. You just gotta... did something drop? Okay, I thought something useful dropped. Or... oh, wait, hold on. Hold on, we don't have to do that. Let's tilt it back. We just need to go up here and just get a high ledge and then just fly over to the terminal. And... oh, yeah, there we go. Now, 2 more remaining. Aren't you happy for me, Revali? You thought I couldn't make it up here? You thought I was, like, the most inefficient warrior ever?
There are 2 terminals remaining. You're almost there.
Yeah, you can hear how impressed he is in his voice. But he's like, no, I gotta keep my ego. And, okay, so anyways, the next one is down there, but there's a chest up there, so let's move the bird back and tilt it back again. Yeah, this is probably one of the more fun Divine Beasts because of how you're tilting it constantly, so that way you can get the good elevation and such. Like, I think this is probably one of the more fun Divine Beasts to control. Okay, so I got a little claymore there, so... and I already got a claymore here, so I'm just wasting a bunch of chests here. So anyways, let's just blow up some rocks and... boom. Yeah, and apparently this one is actually very possible to get into, because as you can see here, we open a window. Apparently, if you were to go on top of this Wayne and fly down below, you can just make it through that window to get to the terminal, and that's how you can get into this particular room without ever pausing. Again, check out her video and such. It's very cool, very worth it. And for those of you who are like, wait, I remember it being a dude's voice. Well, apparently she's non-binary and identifies as, well, she, they, so that's why I'm calling her a she. Okay, so get over here, you dumb ball. And, okay, I think for this one, we gotta close the window. Yeah, close the window. And I think this is pretty straightforward what we gotta do. We just gotta move this over into place and then tilt the bird at the right time. Alright. And then we just let gravity do the rest for us. So gravity, show us what you have to offer. And, man, I feel sorry for Link's legs. It's probably just breaking every second. Bam! There we go. And yeah, that's another thing with the pauseless run that she did, is that it requires you to, you know, do the quick equip thing, and that's something that she ruled out. And as you saw with that puzzle, you had to equip between the remote bomb and magnesis, but of course, she can't do that. She has to stick with magnesis throughout the entire thing. So yeah, again, flying through that window is definitely possible in order to get in this room.
Just one terminal remaining. What do you know?
Yeah, if you would have just been impressed with me, you could have had me as a boyfriend, Revali, instead of Mipha. He's jealous. He's so jealous. But anyways, we got one more terminal left, and it's in the other wing. Bomb arrows! Awesome. I'm definitely going to need bomb arrows if I'm facing up against the Divine Beast Ganon. Blight Ganon, I should say. This has got to be anxiety-inducing. It's cold as hell. Like, even when you're inside the Divine Beast itself, it's cold as hell. Like, you can see with the thermometer, it's still very cold as hell. But yeah, you look down there, and man, is it anxiety-inducing. And yeah, this is probably one of the Divine Beasts where you can actually get a pretty darn cool view of the entire overworld. I mean, just, god damn, it looks gorgeous from up here. You can just see everything in its low poly glory, and it's just so beautiful. Alright, so this is just a shortcut to get up here. So there's the main control unit right over there. Okay, but there's a chest over here, so we're gonna go and get this chest. No sneezing, Meadow. I'm just gonna pick your nose right here, and there we go. Wasn't so bad. Giant Ancient Core. Definitely useful, as, again, we'll be using this much later on. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, and... Okay, there we go. Okay, so now that was just to clear away here. Death to you, and don't spawn any skeletons, please. Don't spawn any skeletons, please. Thank God. But I just gotta say, the spectacle of these Divine Beasts, again, they're disappointing compared to Zelda dungeons, but it's still very darn unique and such. Now, for this one's actually pretty darn simple. All we gotta do is just tilt it. Just tilt it, and there you go. So you're probably wondering, how the heck do we do this pauseless? Well, you just fly up from the top and get to the bottom here. And if you want to get to the other side, apparently you gotta die on purpose. At least I think that's what she did.
That was the last terminal. Now you just need to start the main control unit.
Yep.
I want you to take a good look at your map. There should be a new glowing point on there. Well, flap to it.
Birdie pun. Yeah. No surprise that there's birdie puns. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that the Zoras have a fish puns, and the Gorons have rock puns. Oh god, I jumped at the wrong freaking timing. Maybe I can find a chest that is like way down here. Or maybe I can get to the other side before... Nah, I'm definitely not going to get to the other side. Okay, Link, crash down below and splatter down below, and all the Rito children will be like, ooh, red paint, and... Whoa! I spawned way back in here? Okay, that was actually kind of a shortcut for me here. Okay, so before I complete this Divine Beast, let me just make sure that there's no remaining chests that are around here. Yeah, like over here at the tail end of Medoh, so let's get this eye. Alright, there we go. No birdie drop-ins while I'm checking in the chest, please. Sapphire. So, thank you for serving me, Falcon Bow. But now it's time to save Revali and get Revali's bow or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so what's my what's my most useful bow here? I guess I'll go with the Royal Bow since that's my most powerful. Now, you know the drill. Go to the main control unit and face up against a particular Ganon. Okay, Go up, Link. Wow, this is like the slowest updraft ever. Alright, so without further ado, let's face up against the next Blight Ganon. You can probably guess what element this is gonna be. Alright, time to take control back of Medoh, or pretty much save Medoh. So, get an air cannon by the looks of it, and there we go. Windblight Ganon, the Scourge of Vah Medoh.
That thing is one of Ganon's own, and it plays dirty. It defeated me 100 years ago, but only because I was winging it. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but you must avenge me, Link.
Nah, I'm just gonna rub holes in the wounds and just bail. Now, okay, let's save the son of a bitch. Okay, but first, let's get Windblight Ganon's picture. Again, looking pretty fabulous right here. So Windblight Ganon saved, and oh my god. Okay, where's the wind thing? So yeah, a lot of the Windblight Ganon pretty much relies on us using all this, and he's gonna constantly shoot cannons at us, but pretty much just aim for the center eye, just use a bunch of bomb arrows, and you're pretty much good. Okay, what's my strongest weapon? Okay, the Boulder Breaker is kind of my strongest weapon, but that's Daruk's special weapon. I kind of don't want to get rid of that, but I guess we might as well use this. No! You son of a F! I don't want to waste the durability on Daruk's weapon. He's my good big brother. Okay, where the frick? Oh my god. Don't shoot your damn lasers at me. Alright, where are you gonna go now? Alright. Yeah, oh my god. Dude, don't fall off like that. Well, that was my chance right there, and then it just fell off. There we go. Didn't have to fly up. See, Revali, you don't have to flap to it. My cat is just watching me out of curiosity, like wondering what the heck I'm doing.
Watch your blind spot.
Alright. Now with this, I'm pretty sure this thing just constantly shoots itself. Why am I flying around this way? Shoot its eye. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. Don't frickin' die. Alright, let's bop you in the eye, we go. Okay, Daruk, please help me here. Alright, come on. Just a few more hits and we're done this SOB. Oh my god. Okay, where are you going now? Where are you going now? And don't fly away. There we go. Done. So yeah, it's probably one of the more what should I say? It's probably one of the boss fights where you gotta run around the most. Whereas the others, you kind of have to strategize and be more patient. This one, you kind of have to run around and take advantage of the updraft, or just be really good at shooting long distances. It's definitely probably one of the better Blight Ganon boss fights. No, probably the best Blight Ganon boss fight. Don't go away. Oh well. And actually, I think this is probably the only one where we don't really need to use one of the rune abilities. Like, we need to use the Cryonis rune ability when facing up against Water Blight. We had to use the Bomb ability when facing up against Fire Blight. And we eventually have to use Magnesis when facing up against, well, the 4th Blight Ganon, where the Gerudo Desert is. But anyways, let's not leave this heart container by, because I definitely want to collect heart containers. Alright. So once you activate the main terminal, blah 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 blah. Do I wish to activate it? Nah, I defeated the Blight Ganon. I'm just gonna leave Revali to suffer. Okay, I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean. So Revali, congratulations, brother. You finally get freed by your brother that you like rivaling with. Nice and blue.
Well, I'll be plucked.
Bird puns.
Him, eh? Who would have thought?
You got a thick booty. Revali's got a thick booty. I can see why a lot of people ship with him.
Well done. I suppose I should thank you now that my spirit is free. This returns Medoh back to its rightful owner. Don't preen yourself just for doing your job. I do suppose you've proven your value as a warrior. A warrior worthy of my unique ability. The sacred skill that I have dubbed REVALI'S GALE.
REVALI'S GALE. Alright. Awesome. He's probably given us one of the most useful abilities in this game. The ability to create an updraft. Awesome.
It's now time to move on and start making preparations for Medoh's strike on Ganon. But only if you think you'll still need my help while you're fighting inside Hyrule Castle. Feel free to thank me now. Or, never mind, just go. Your job is far from finished, you know.
Oh, I know. I still have a long ways to go, not just with one Divine Beast.
The princess has been waiting an awful long time.
Alright, at least the guy has had a change of heart. You know what? Thanks, Revali. Let's fight back Ganon together, Birdbrain. You get that successful music as alright, so oh no, it's gonna attack the Rito village. All that fighting for nothing. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. That rock would have broken. There is no way it would support a giant beast like that up. But whatever, let's not question the logic. The Ritos are now safe to fly around Medoh for now, so there you go. Now you can give your children anxiety without the fear of them dying.
Medoh's sights are now set. You'll have a precise speed on Ganon from this vantage point. And when the time is right, give him everything you've got.
Yeah.
Now we wait for that perfect moment. Medoh, we've been artfully patient for the last 100 years. I doubt you'll suffer a feather over a few more moments. After all these years, I simply must admit the truth. Even without the power of flight, Link made his way to this Divine Beast and accomplished something that even I could not.
Oh yeah, I totally did it all on my own.
I was wrong about how lucky he would be. I hope that luck holds out, Link, for everyone's sake.
Yeah, so it's nice to see that he's not as egotistical anymore. He acknowledges that I am doing, what I'm doing best and such. He doubts us, but, his heart is still in the right place. So, honestly, I don't really hate Revali as much as a lot of people do. I can understand why he's the least favorite. Like, I think he's probably my least favorite out of the bunch, but honestly, he probably gives us the most useful champion ability, Revali's Gale. So, a blasphemous power born from the spirit of the champion Revali creates an upward draft that carries you into the sky, activated by charging it with the jump button. So yep, here's Revali's Gale right here. Yeah, it is such a useful ability, like, oh my god, and okay, and as we can see, it seems like one of the children seem to be absolutely safe being close to Medoh up there. Loo, I got some apples, loo. I got some apples, you got some too. Okay, well, she'll be important for a side quest, or a shrine quest, later on, but we're not too worried about that. Hey, Hearth! So, yeah, I completed the Divine Beast, so nana boo boo, got it before you. Hey, bud, I heard the whole story. That was you, yeah? You conquered Divine Beast Vah Medoh? And Tebba is safe at home too? Looks like you went and did everything while I was out of the game. I guess I owe you one. Thanks, pal. You're welcome, Hearth. Alright, let's check on Tebba. Hey, Tebba. How you doing, buddy? I really owe you for what you did. Are you hurt? It's fine. Thanks to my wife, I've recovered to the point where I can stand. She probably healed up your butt. I'm pretty sure she's pretty enthusiastic for doing that. Actually, my wife told me something about you. She says you're a descendant of the champion. Go on, there's nothing to hide. Your bowmanship, the way you move through the air, there's no doubt about it, you have the blood of a champion. What? You look like you got something to say. Actually, don't tell me. You're the Hylian champion? Good one, pal. Everyone knows that all the champions were wiped out by Calamity Ganon 100 years ago, and even if they survived that, they would be old geezers with canes instead of swords. I let the Elder know about what happened with the Divine Beast Vah Medoh, but you should probably go talk to him. So yeah, it's interesting how this is probably like the one area that thinks we're a descendant and not the actual Hyrule champion in person. You've done it and you survived! At that, you conquered Divine Beast Vah Medoh! To think the Divine Beast has taken roost at the top of the village. It looks simply divine. It's actually kind of similar to the dragon from Dragon Roost Island in a way. You have a divine beast in a way on top of their home. If legends are true, the light from the divine beasts will ravage the calamity. For now, Divine Beast Vah Medoh will become the protector of this village and live on in legend alongside you. Oh yes, of course I must reward you properly. Feel free to take what you find in the treasure chest, okay? What you did was miraculous, though I should expect nothing less from a bloodline of a champion. Why, you are almost equal of the very Hylian champion who fought with Master Revali 100 years ago. Yeah, I did fight with him, but I also fought with him, you know. All you lack is the sword that seals the darkness. They say the Hylian champion wielded the sword that seals the darkness that now sleeps in the Lost Woods. So obviously we already found the location of that 2 parts ago, but anyways. Divine Beast Vah Medoh complete, and inside this chest is the Great Ego Bow, a bow without equal, wields by the Rito Champion Revali. I get to mess with Revali's property. It's said that Revali could lose arrows with the speed of a gale, making him supreme in aerial combat. but my inventory's full, so, you get to keep it, man. So, there you go, guys. That was the Divine Beast Vah Medoh. So, we've saved Revali, we saved Vah Medoh, and now all that's left is pretty much just doing side stuff until we get to the next Divine Beast. And I think for the next part, we're gonna do a little bit of side stuff first, but, oh, never mind. It looks like we got a blood moon happening. Let's find a cooking pot. Alright, we got the world all messed up after saving this village, so let's start cooking some hearty stuff and get some temporary heart increases. Okay, let's increase anything that's heat resistant. Alright, a bunch of mushrooms and a watermelon. Oh, what? I don't even get the heat resistance? What the hell? And what the hell? I used a bunch of stamina food and I didn't even get the effects for stamina. What the hell? What the hell? I used stamina mushrooms and it... What the frick? Okay, now I get a stamina increase. Another stamina increase. There we go. That's much better. Got an electric resistance. Alright, and we'll just cook one more thing and that should be enough. There we go. Blood moon time. Alright, so with the passing blood moon, we are now not safe anymore, but that means enemies respawn, blah 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 blah, you know the drill. So, there you go, guys. So that's the end of The Legend of Zelda. No, that's not the end of this Let's Play. That's the end of this part for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, fighting against Divine Beast. Oh no, we're not fighting against the Divine Beast. We were saving the Divine Beast Vah Medoh. Alright, here we are up with our birdie friend in Revali. So, there you go, guys. That was The Legend of Zelda, The Breath of the Wild, Part 10. So, in the next part, we're going to do a few side things before we head to our next Divine Beast. So, our next Divine Beast is way down here where the Gerudo are. So, with 3 Divine Beasts completed, that's pretty much going to be the end of this part. So, we're going to be doing a few side things for the next part, and then we're going to head towards the Gerudo Desert, where we will face against the last Divine Beast. So, yeah, and it's funny how you can still see the lightning over in that area. But anyways, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next part when we go after this particular tower next. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
Hip.